Morning all, it's 9 o'clock in the morning. It's Monday the 7th of January. A few astrological snippets right now. I've had to be in the office really early, even by my standards this morning, because I've actually done 3 readings so far today. And each one of them has brought up a lot of stuff for me. I'm thinking, what's going on? Now we've got this Mercury-Pluto conjunction in Capricorn in the sky at the moment, sextile Saturn in Scorpio, and the moon is still in mid-Scorpio. So there's a lot of issues around endings, new beginnings, death and rebirth, transformation. It's quite an intense time. So I got in about 5 o'clock this morning to deal with a client via Skype in Australia. And she's been trying to conceive for 3 or 4 years, and she's been trying so hard. And at the end of it, I said, look, you got the moon at 7 Gemini. Jupiter's going to be standing still at 6-7 Gemini over December, January. This is the time to go for it. And she's been told a number of times that she can't conceive. And all of a sudden she's become pregnant as Jupiter sits on her moon. Astrologically and statistically, it is true that Jupiter conjunct the female moon is the single best time, astrologically speaking, for conception and fertility. Now this only happens once every 12 years, admittedly, but okay. Just a little one there. Second reading I did was for someone who's not going to be around much longer, probably. They've got one of these things that you simply don't get better from. If you're lucky, you stabilise, but most people don't. And it's someone I've known a time. And when I'm doing a reading for someone who's about my age, and you realise that they're probably not going to be around in a year from now, and maybe even less, then you start sort of questioning your own mortality. And the more you do that, the more I find myself thinking, blimey, live for today, because tomorrow you die. You know, it's all about the now, the here and now. And then I've just done a reading for someone else who's been through a major bereavement in this last year, someone who's quite old, who's been through a major bereavement, and what they're doing now is that they're getting their life savings together and they're blowing it. Their partner is gone, so what they're doing is they're getting all their money together and they're getting all their family together, all the children and grandchildren, and they're taking them on a massive holiday. And I'm thinking, what a wonderful thing to do. And in all of these, I'm seeing this is, people don't come to an astrologer when they're having a good time, in general, okay? Regulars do, but not most people. So obviously, as an astrologer, I'm used to more to dealing with crisis and trauma and challenges than I am the more positive sides of life for people. But to see 3 charts like this involving imminent ending, recent death, and birth and conception, at the time where there's such a strong Plutonic and Scorpionic influence in the heavens, it does say to me death and rebirth, constant and permanent part of our life. I'm just more and more, maybe it's just because I'm hedging my bets and I'm getting older, but more and more I'm just not buying into this notion of death as it's always been propagated by manipulative churches, by power brokers and control freaks. To me, it seems more and more that death is solely and purely a transition of consciousness from one state of being to another. All it is the removal of your consciousness from this physicality into another dimension of being. At least, that's what my studies have taught me over the years. Now, I realise that's very dangerously akin to 1 or 2 Eastern religions, but hey, especially Buddhism. I'm becoming more and more Buddhist as I get older. All right, I'll leave it there and get this off to you. Catch you later, folks. Bye.